Neuro employees have already firmly entered the business environment, that there are so much circulating around them. Some are afraid that artificial intelligence will fire all people. Some believe that it set out these years of torment, and some are completely sure that it is an expensive toy for large companies. In fact, Neuro employees are not a fantasy from the future, but a real tool that already helps businesses work more efficiently. The main thing is not to believe in outdated stereotypes. After all, as they say, a computer will not replace a person until it learns to drink coffee at meetings. Let's figure out which myths about Neuro employees it's time to stop believing. A Neuro employee is an expensive toy. Many businessmen think that Neuro employees are something from the category of expensive toys for corporations with unlimited budgets. It seems that such technologies are not a cheap pleasure, which means it is easier to continue working the old way. In fact, the payback period for a Neuro employee is a matter of months and sometimes weeks. They do not take a salary, do not go on vacation, and do not require bonuses for overtime. And if you calculate how much money is spent on routine processes that a neural network can perform faster and without errors, it becomes obvious. The savings here are quite noticeable. Imagine that your business received hundreds of similar requests per day. Previously, this required several employees, now one Neuro secretary who responds instantly and without fatigue. Or, for example, a manager who spends hours filling out reports. A Neuro employee will cope with this in seconds. So this is not a toy, but a working tool that quickly pays for itself. The Neuro network will replace all living employees. One of the most popular horror stories, the neural network will take our jobs, and we will all be left out of work. A picture is imagined of an empty office with a sign on the wall, "Artificial intelligence works here." In reality, everything is much more prosaic. Neural employees do not displace people, but complement them. They take on routine tasks, freeing up time for more important tasks. Remember how much time is spent on responding to clients and processing documents. A neural network will do this faster, and you will be able to focus on business development. We can say that a neural network is not a competitor, but an ideal subordinate. It works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, does not get sick, does not demand a raise, and does not complain about the boss in the smoking room. Companies that have already implemented neural employees note an increase in productivity and a decrease in the workload of the team. People do not lose their jobs. They get the opportunity to do more interesting and complex tasks. So there is nothing to be afraid of. Artificial intelligence does not take away jobs, but it makes work more convenient. Summing up a Neuro employee is difficult and time-consuming. Many people are sure that implementing a Neuro employee is something from the realm of space technologies. It seems that you first need to undergo complex training, hire a team of programmers, and then spend months setting it up. In fact, everything is simpler than it seems. Modern neural networks are ready-made solutions that adapt to your business in a matter of days. Moreover, there are companies that help with the implementation of neural networks in business. How does it look? You give tasks, for example, to respond to customer requests or maintain a database, and consultants select optimal scenarios. No magic, only logic and simple stats. And if questions arise, technical support is always there to help. Or, as they say in IT, reboot and then call. A neural network can make mistakes, which means it can't be trusted, a familiar argument. That, let's be honest, don't people make mistakes? Who has never sent a letter to the wrong addressee or mixed up numbers in a report? Neural employees, like people, can make mistakes, but their main advantage is learning ability and strict logic. They don't get tired, aren't distracted, and don't make decisions based on emotions. Moreover, a neural network can be additionally trained and configured for specific tasks to minimize risks. When using neural networks, there is a decrease in the number of errors in routine processes. Automatic data analysis, document processing, processing of customer requests, all this becomes faster and more accurate. A neural network is always ready for verification and does not take offense at constructive criticism. Therefore, the question is not whether to trust neural employees, but how to properly configure them and integrate them into the business so that they bring maximum benefit. This is a fashion trend that will soon disappear. Some entrepreneurs are sure that neural employees are a temporary fad, like spinners or quests in reality. Now everyone is talking about neural networks, and in a couple of years they will again do business the old way. But let's look at the facts. Artificial intelligence is already actively used in business, from order processing to automatic hiring of personnel. And the market for AI solutions is only growing, and, judging by their forecasts, is not going to stop. If it were just a trend, large companies would not invest billions in it. And small businesses have already felt the benefits. Neural employees reduce costs, speed up processes, and improve the quality of service. Of course, you can wait until artificial intelligence passes. But this is like hoping that the internet is a temporary phenomenon. Those who implement technologies now gain a competitive advantage, and the rest risk being left behind. So neural employees are not a trend, but a new standard of work. Myths about neuro employees hinder business development and miss the main thing. These technologies are already working and bring real benefits. They do not replace people, but help them, do not require complex settings, and quickly pay for themselves. And most importantly, this is not a fad, but a new standard of efficient work. If you are interested in how a neuro employee can fit into your business, sign up for a consultation using the link in the description or scan the QR code. We will analyze your situation, select a suitable solution, and draw up an implementation plan so that everything goes quickly and without unnecessary costs. The neural network can take over the routine that you still have to decide on the first step. Let's do it together.